Oh, shoot. Yep.
You're watching, you're watching, you're watching. Intro into my life, hey. You're watching, you're watching, hey. Snippet of what's inside. You're watching, you're watching, you're watching. Intro into my life, hey. You're watching, you're watching, hey. At Just Nataka. Hey guys, so I'm traveling Costa Rica right now. At this time, I'm about 25. 2023, I'm about 25, yeah. I'm leaving San Jose, so there's still city life here. There's still lots of businesses, lots of malls, shops, American companies, and companies that are just in Costa Rica. You can find them here. See, we got Office Depot. I'm taking a bus from San Jose to the peninsula, which was an 8-hour bus ride. Yeah, we left about 10 in the morning. I didn't get there till about 7 in the afternoon after a lunch stop and everything else. But yeah, there's some malls. Nice little ride. Nice views from the bus seats. Nobody sat next to me, so I had enough space for the bags. And everyone on the bus was pretty polite. I didn't understand most of the Spanish at this time, but still good vibes. Houses on the hills. Looking amazing. Oh, and then here I noticed that you have to go through tolls to go through each city in Costa Rica. And the tolls cost depending on, size of the car, bike, or bus. I didn't want to film the people at the tolls because they're doing their job. Me, while working security forces on the Air Force Base, I hated anyone coming on base and filming me as if this is like some kind of television show or I'm an actor. Like, this is a military base and I'm here to just get your ID. But anyways, long steel bridge, amazing. Yeah, this bus ride allowed me just to get my mind ready for this forest trek. Now it's the evening. We already stopped for our lunch. We've already made it into the peninsula. There's less buildings and skyscrapers and freeways, and life's a lot calmer and smoother out here, I would say. My type of vibes. After the bus ride, I plan on getting a stay at the Airbnb for about $11 a night. Yeah, you see there's school buses and schools and basketball courts, farms. It's a beautiful neighborhood. Getting late, so my trek doesn't really start till tomorrow. Yeah, this is really wrapping up the rest of the bus ride. And like I said, I'm heading to an Airbnb, which was about $11 a night. I don't think I show in this video, but it was pretty awesome. Alright guys, yeah, as you can see, it's the next day. I just turned in my keys from the Airbnb, getting myself situated. And yeah, this is one of the neighborhoods in Puerto Jimenez before I take a bus to go up the mountains to where I went for my hike and waterfall adventure and retreat. I had to stop at the city and stop at the grocery store in the town to get some vegetables and fruits and just little things I would need for the next 2 weeks while I'm in the mountains of Costa Rica. Beautiful churches. See paintings everywhere. I think that's a bank across the street. Very colorful city, no matter where you are in the country. And it's a very, like I said, a slow pace of living, very quiet lifestyle out here. The most you're going to hear are roosters, and at night you're going to hear the music and people drinking. Like, it's very cool vibes. When I landed that night, very easy to check in, very easy to go find food, very cheap, affordable living. But I was only here for a day because my adventure awaited. And the BM, that's where we're at right now. That's one of the big supermarkets or grocery store in Costa Rica and a lot of other Central America places. Actually, it's called BM Supermarkets. You can find it in Nicaragua, you can find it in Guatemala, Costa Rica. I found them everywhere. Very fresh produce, very fresh, just everything. And the pricing is really amazing, really good. Depends on, of course, in the country. Like, Costa Rica wasn't as cheap as it was in Guatemala. Guatemala was amazing prices. But even somewhere like Nicaragua, I was able to get a nice sized bottle of rum for about $5. And I felt amazing. So, it just depends. It just depends on what you're getting and what country you're at. But BM Supermarkets, any Central American country you go to and you see one of those, it's pretty safe.
Sorry.
Had to grab me one of these drinks. $1.20 for the Gatorades, 60 cents for the waters. At the time, 2023, of course. Right here, I just don't really like filming people like in their face and stuff, so I keep it low key. But now, this is where I'm going to spend the next 2 weeks. As you can see, there's different bunks, and you can stay at top or bottom. I have the bottom bunk. That's my suitcase. That's my bed. Got a nice net to keep the mosquitoes away. And it's a nude optional retreat, so a lot of us are either shirtless, pantsless, or both. Very rural, very secluded, in the jungle, deep in the jungle. Yeah. That is the main structure of the place. That's where a lot of us eat and spend our nice, lovely evenings. Board games and books, couches, and a lot of us are from different countries. Like, I've met people from Germany, France, England, Canada, you name it. We've all came from different places just to come and see this place and experience this place. And here we have the kitchen, so there's no refrigeration, everything's fresh, but there's a lot of stuff here if you need it. Dishes, appliances, propane stoves, compost buckets. You go upstairs, now you have a yoga area with plants and books. You can have the food that you just made downstairs with a nice view of the jungle. It's beautiful. Yoga mats for any and everyone. Plants, any and everyone. Learn about the reptiles and aquatic creatures in Costa Rica, which I kind of did take a little nib in, just to make sure I don't run into a wild poisonous snake I'm not familiar with. Yes, I did eventually get some of those coconuts one of those days for all of us. Yeah, beautiful views from the six or from the sticks. Yeah, I'm air drying my towel and my clothes. I just took a shower. And then I'm heading to the bathrooms, I think just to show you guys. But you can see here, a lot of this was cob and clay earth bags. And a lot of welding done with raw iron. And it's just, and steel. It's just beautiful how he did the setup, all by hand. He did not shy far from designing and making sure plants was around every nook and cranny to make sure it invites the eye, while also being resourceful. I heard a birdie. Do you see him? Yeah. Look like a parrot. Or a toucan. Let's get a closer look. But these are also extra rooms. If you wanted to rent a private out, you could if you had a couple or kids. And it's really nice. Private with your own little extra balcony area. And then you have another kitchen back here as well for those guests if you guys wanted your own kitchen. There's the birdie. Beautiful colors. Red, yellow, blue. And yeah, beautiful kitchen, pots, pans, pressure cookers, whatever you need, all outdoors. The only thing you don't have is refrigerator. But that's what kept me skinny lean for the next 2 weeks. And it kept it really rural. What I went for, the nudist rural retreat. Look at the birdie. Look at the birdie. Look at him climb. Piña. Not me trying to talk to the birdie. And then that's my bag of groceries that we got this morning. You guys went with me. I got a bag. Mangoes, sweet potatoes, oranges, tomatoes, eggs, avocados, everything I can think of for the next 14 days I can have on this deal. It's a map. I'm the red dot. All of that is clear for us to hike. Right off the gate, monkeys. Right off the gate, just having a ball right above us. Look at them. They ended up being howler monkeys, I found out later on that day. Whole family of them. Beautiful, beautiful retreat in Costa Rica. If anybody wants the information to this retreat, I can give it to you. I don't want to put it on blast because it's unique and I don't want to get overran. And I'm pretty sure the owner doesn't want it that much highlight on it. He does good for what he wants to do for his business, and he says he likes being low-key because those who come there were meant to find that place. But if you want the information, because you're literally sleeping right next to the holler monkeys and the snakes, and just meeting beautiful people and learning different games. Like, I was playing games from Germany I've never heard of. So if you want the information, just go ahead and leave a comment underneath this video and I'll get back to you. I ended up tagging along with those guys to do this trek, and we decided to all do it together. Beautiful views, gorgeous. Winding trails, literally one trip and you're off the hill. And you're just winding around the mountain. It's so fun, so beautiful. This was actually my first out of the country trip. I've never been out the country before, and to go solo to Costa Rica to do this adventurous trek, difficult, 9 out of 10 for me hiking. It was once in a lifetime. Of course, now that I've been to about 6 countries, my filming's gotten better, but for this to be my first one, I have to get this on my page, and it's 3 years later, so it's long overdue.
Which one?
Yes, I saw all the monkeys. You will see it. You will see it once it moves. I guess.
Yeah. Okay, they're in that tree. Beautiful.
This makes me happy. He's hanging there.
I see him. He's red.
Oh no, it's not focused, but he would have been screaming.
He's screaming.
And there's a baby, yeah. That's a bad.
Oh, shoot. Yep. Thank you.
Dangers lie everywhere in the tropics.
Oh, there's nothing.
I think at this point, I got lost and I didn't know where the other guys went. And so she waited for me.
Yep.
Happens to me all the time.
Look at those roots. The roots of the tree. Me compared to those roots. Me compared to that tree. Like I said, this was very on in my my travels. So this was 2023. My videoing wasn't the best. This didn't do it any justice. This jungle was a real life jungle. Every step was unpaved. We had to make our footing on the ground, literally, to find this waterfall. Whatever trail or whatever thing you had highlighted, whatever you had set up, it's either washed away or deteriorated by now. So you kind of just hoping to find the river, which leads you to the waterfall. It's kind of like life. You know, you chase the wave, you chase the current, you feel that frequency, you feel that momentum push, and you follow it. You use that momentum.
Not at all.
And it leads you to something bigger, something greater. We found the waterfall. Or did we? Again, this is a group of people I've just met probably a day before this hike. Some people from Germany. There's a couple from Germany. A guy from Belgium, a girl from Canada. And then there's me from America. That too, with traveling, it brings you together as a people, as humans. The simple common denominator that we're all travelers from another country allowed us to start conversation with one another, which led to now we're hiking. Mood. I mean, obviously right now you don't see that, but you know, after cameras went off, everyone took a nice swim, as we should. And we realized the first waterfall led to an even bigger waterfall. So it led to more hiking. Yay! Yeah.
The waterfall? Awesome.
This trek took about 6 hours, I would say. 6 hours. At this point, everything's wet. We've only ate once, and that was before the hike, before we decided to go.
I think those are the blue crawfish they were talking about. Really?
But it was all worth it.
Oh, yeah.
And we found it.
Wow.
We found the waterfall.
Still left. Because it's very flat, so everything is fine. Then,
Wow. So no forest.
not many, no. Germany is densely populated overall compared to.
And now it's time for a swim. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, and follow for the next upcoming video. You're watching, you're watching. You're watching. Intro into my life. Hey. You're watching, you're watching. Hey. Snippet of what's inside. You're watching, you're watching.